Today's lesson is 4.8 in our Go Math book. We're on page 201, and we are going to learn about rewriting two-digit addition. The essential question is, what are two different ways to write addition problems? It says to write the numbers for each addition problem. Now, I think I've told you this before, that for my students, I tell them that I want them to make a T to help keep their numbers in a column. So for each one of these, they've given us the bottom line and the addition sign, but we're going to draw a line to make our T so that we can keep our numbers organized. So for the top box, it says that Juan's family drove 32 miles to his grandmother's house. Then they drove 14 miles to his aunt's house. How many miles did they drive? So our first number is 32, and our next number is 14, and we're going to add those. So we go to the ones place first, and we have 2 plus 4. How much is 2 plus 4? 6. We're going to put that on the side so we can remember what we have. And then we did not get an answer that is 10 or more, so we can just put that in our ones place, a single digit, 6. So now we need to add our tens digit. 3 plus 1 is 4, and they drove 46 miles. Owen drove 12 miles to go to the store, and then 8 miles to his friend's house. How many miles did he drive? So he drove 12 miles to the store, and then 8 miles to a friend's house. So we go to our ones place first. 2 plus 8 is 10. I'm going to put that on the side. And in 10 we have 0 ones, and the 110 goes to the tens place, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So the answer is 20. Austin drove 23 miles to the dentist office, and then he drove 23 miles home. How many miles did he drive in all? So he drove 23 to get to the dentist office and 23 miles to get home. How many miles did he drive in all? We're going to add. 3 plus 3 is 6. That's a single digit, so we can just put that down. And 2 plus 2 is 4. He drove 46 miles. Kyle drove 45 miles to Ellsworth, and then he drove 49 miles to Bangor. How many miles did he drive? He drove 45 miles to Ellsworth and 49 miles to Bangor. So we add our ones place, and we have 9 plus 5, which is, how much is that? That's 14. So we're going to put the 4 in the ones place, and the 110 goes in the tens place, and 4 plus 4 is 8, and one more makes 9. Math talk is explain why it is important to line up the digits of these addends in columns. Well, that's one of the reasons that I ask my students to do this, to put this line down here, to make sure that the tens are in the tens place and the ones are in the ones place. Sometimes students do not keep them so that they are in a column, and they get their numbers jumbled up and get confused. So I like you to do this line to keep your numbers so that they are orderly, and it makes it much easier for you to add. Turn your paper over. We're going to go to the top of the page, which says Model and Draw. We are on page 202. So it says add 28 plus 45 equals what? Step 1 says for 28, write the tens digit in the tens column and write the ones digit in the ones column, and repeat for 45. Now, if you were writing this yourself, I would tell you to do this, to make your T so that you will keep your numbers in the right place. Step 2 is add the ones and regroup if you need to, and then add the tens. So now we have 8 plus 5 is 13. So we put the 3 in the ones place. We put the 1, 10 in the tens place because we do need to regroup. And then we add our tens. 4 plus 2 is 6, and one more is 7. On the bottom of our paper, it says rewrite the addition problem and then add. So you know what I'm going to tell you to do. For all of these, I am going to tell you to make a T. They've given us the bottom line and the plus sign, but we need to be sure that we keep our numbers in the correct place, whether it's the tens place or the ones place. So I am going to tell you to do this for all of them. You can stop the recording if you need to, so that when it's time to rewrite them, you'll be ready to go. Okay, so number 1 is 25 plus 8. So here's the 25. Now, where will the 8 go? Will it go in the tens place or will it go in the ones place? This is not 8 tens. This is not 80. This is just 8. It goes in the ones place. So let's add. 5 plus 8 is 13. Write that on the side. The 3 ones go in the ones place, and the 110 goes in the tens place. And so we have 2 and 1 is 3, and there's nothing here, so our answer is 3. 33. 37 plus 10. So we do our 37, we do our 10, and then we add our ones. 7 plus 0 is 7. Put that on the side. That's a single digit, so we don't need to regroup. We can just put the 7 down here and then add our tens. 3 plus 1 is 4. Number 3, 25 plus 45. So 25 plus 45. So add our ones. 5 plus 5 is 10. In the number 10, we have a 0 in the ones place, so that goes here, and a 1 in the tens place, that goes here. So 4 plus 2 is 6. One more is 7. The answer is 70. Number 4, 38 plus 29. We go to our ones place first. 9 plus 8 is 17. Put that on the side. We do need to regroup because we have a 2-digit number, so the 7 goes in the ones place. The 110 goes in the tens place. 2 plus 3 is 5, and one more is 6. 67. 20 plus 45. Go to our ones place first. 0 plus 5. 5. That's a 1-digit number, so we can just write that down. No regrouping. And 4 plus 2. 6. The answer is 65. 63 plus 9. Where does that 9 go? Does it go in the tens place or the ones place? It goes in the ones place. It's 9 ones. So 9 plus 3 is 12. Put that on the side. The 2 ones go in the ones place, and the 110 goes in the tens place. And 6 plus 1 is 7. The answer is 72. 15 plus 36. We go to the ones place. 5 plus 6 is 11. In the number 11, we have 1 1, so that goes in the ones place. We have 110. That goes here. And 3 plus 1 is 4, and one more is 5. 74 plus 18. 74, 18. We go to the ones place. 8 plus 4 is 12. In the number 12, we have 2 in the ones place, and we have a 110 in the tens place. So 7 plus 1 is 8, and 1 more is 9. The answer is 92. Go to the next page. We're on page 203. And it says to do this on your own. So again, we're going to make a T-frame for all of these so that when you rewrite your number sentences, your numbers will be in the right place. You can stop the recording if you need to so that you can get this done. And then you'll need to go back and rewrite each number sentence as you do it. Make sure that when you add your ones that you put your answer on the side and then put the correct digit in the ones place. If you need to regroup, you need to do that, and then add up your tens place. So on number 21, it says explain how you can solve one of the exercises above without rewriting it. You could just do this in your head with mental math. I see 3 of them. They're asking you to choose one. If we look in, actually there's one in each row that you could just do in your head. So if I look at the first row, the one that I see that I could just do in my head would be number 10. Explain to me how you could add that without having to rewrite it and get that answer. How could you just do that in your head? Turn your paper over, and on the back we are problem solving. It says to use the table. So this is the table we're going to use. Write or draw to show how you solved problems. Number 22, how many points did Lou and Becky score? So you need to look at Lou's points and Becky's points, and you need to make a T in this box. Write your numbers in there to find out how many Lou and Becky scored together. Number 23, which 2 players scored 56 points in all? Add to check your answer. So you have 4 players here, Anna, Lou, Becky, and Kevin, and they want to know which 2, when you put their points together, when you add them, will have 56 points together. So you need to make a T here in the box and try 2 of the players to see if it will add up to 56. And if it does, you put their names here. Now you might have to do this more than once. You might add and you don't get 56. So that means you didn't choose the correct 2. So if you have to try it again, you can do it again. Just erase what you have and try 2 different people. And number 24, John has 29 markers. Claire has 36 markers. How many markers do the 2 children have? So they're looking for a total here. So you need to make a T. And John has 29 and Claire has 36. You need to find out how many that is in all. And when you have completed all of those, then you are done with your assignment.